Good morning, everyone. It's me, Lee, with Victorian Dreams by Lee, and I just wanted to show you someone that I have followed for over 30 years. My mom started me on it, and her name is Cynthia Hart. And I have like 12 items to show you. I bought these mostly on Amazon. They are vintage, and I think if I have 12 items here, and everything was under $100 for all of it. Actually, my husband gave it to me. So Cynthia Hart does Victorian. This is 2026, so this is new, and there's a bigger calendar there's new. But most of her books and all her stuff I'm going to show you is very vintage, and I keep copies and have it all. So this is a calendar, but why I love it is you'll see the images. So I'm going to go through it real fast because I have a lot to show you. And so what I do is keep the original and then run copies of stuff, because some of it you're not going to find anymore, but she still makes calendars every year. So this is a, I think, 8x8 calendar, 6x6. This one's a small one, but you can see. So I'm going to go pretty fast. So then I got, let me pull my sleeves up. I got this Cynthia Hart Victorian Dog sticker book. I don't know what year it is. Let's see if we can find the year in it. But you can see you can run copies of every page if she doesn't make any more. This was in 2024, so this is actually new. So she is making newer stuff than I realize. But these are stickers. You can feel it, and I can peel it off. I don't want to, though. But let's just go through it really fast because I have so much to show you. It's thick, so it's hard to turn. This is the dog one. So if you're into junk journaling, I don't use the word junk. I like journaling or making booklets or journals, because I don't really use junk. I don't use the mail that I'm going to throw away. I use quality stuff. She and Anna Griffin have so much in common, and so yeah, I think that's why I follow her, and I would be surprised if Anna doesn't know who she is. But anyway, if you do junk journaling, scrapbooking, any kind of crafts, you definitely need to look into her. Here is the cat one. It's raised. You can feel it raised. This is made in 23. See, that was in the calendar. But right there, it's a sticker. Ooh, I don't want it to peel off. Let me see if I'm in frame. I gotta stand up. Yeah. But if you like any type, I'm skipping through quite a few pages here, but if you like any type of paper crafting, y'all need to look into this. Vintage, but then playful. But she's using the original vintage and then doing something with it and adding her flair. But yeah, I have followed her, oh God, it's been more than 30 years. This one is the Victorian Yearbook. It says to someone, and it's written, so this one was used, and I said I don't want any used off Amazon, but this is 1993-94. But that's the only thing that is written in here. But it's signed, no, not signed, that's their signature. This was made in 1992. But see how you can run a copy and reuse it, because it is not a calendar, it's just the actual planner. So see how you can reuse these images. So So I'm just flipping through really fast. So guys, look up Cynthia Hart. There's the spelling for you, Cynthia Hart with a C. So this is a Victorian Book of Love Forget-Me-Nots. It's got a cover on it. I had a lot of this from years ago, and I had water damage and lost it. So this is 1990. So let me see if this will be quicker. See how the pages, you can reuse them over and over, especially for journaling and scrapbooking. Okay, I'm trying to hurry. This is Victorian Christmas Joy to the World. And it's got a cover. I asked for all new. I don't want used. This year was made in 1990. But if you if you want to, instead of paying $8, get one for $6. But it was worth the $2 extra to have an original. But since they're so old, you never know. It all smells good. It came wrapped. It doesn't have book lice. I learned that on TikTok. Look how pretty that is. But see how you can reuse these images? This one, I know I have another one somewhere else. I think this is the only one I was able. This is a Victorian scrapbook. And, oh, look how pretty that is right there. It's raised. And they're all different sizes. Can you see the difference in the sizes? What year was this? 1989. So this is over 30 years old. But I have every calendar that she's ever made. I've saved every calendar, and the calendars are like this. And I used to cut them apart before we had copy machines and all that handy, before I realized I should have run copies. I do buy her calendars, her old ones, and sometimes they're only $3 because they're 2 years old and no one wants a calendar unless it's current. Oh my gosh, I wish my favorite person would make a die and a kit to do that. Oh my Lord. My favorite person, Anna Griffin, if you could please, please, please make this die, make this a kit. I may have to make a video for her on that picture. But anyway, see how you can use so much of this? And you wonder why I like her and Anna Griffin. My two favorites are right here. Talking about them. Look at that. I think it's like going around the maypole. Okay, I got a couple more real quick. This is the Victorian Cats wrapping paper and gift tags. I have never seen this one, but it's wrapping paper. You can feel that you take it apart and you use it. Let me see if it says the year. No, it doesn't. But oh my goodness, guys. It's thick. It's folded like 4 times over. They have a dog one too, but I didn't want to wait to make the video that is still coming. And then there's stickers. And does it say the year it was made? No. I think it's pretty new. 12 sheets, and they're 18 by 25. One sheet, 12 different patterns. I can't waste a lot of time. Okay, so here is her scrapbook workshop, and it gives you patterns. This is very vintage, I think. But it just shows you ideas and gives you ideas. But I think it was like $2.99, so for that price I grabbed it to go with my collection. So this is the calendar, and it is a regular big size one, and I have every year. I think I lost some of them from way back. But this is what comes in it. I love that she has the sleeve, and she gives us a couple of dies, big dies to have. Well, they're postcards. And I love that it comes in this. And let me show you how big it is and what it looks like. I don't think you're going to be able to see it all. But see how I say I saved all the papers and I cut, and I had a tri-fold panel that Victorian people would get dressed behind, 8 foot tall. Well, it was 6 foot tall, and I covered it all with this. And of course I lost it with flooding. I used to live in Florida, and we would have hurricanes. So, but that's when I owned Victorian Dreams, the store, where you have a lock and key, a brick building, and I was able to buy all these pieces, but you can't get a hold of that now. And then it also comes with one that you fold down on your desk. So if you don't know who Cynthia Hart is, you need to learn. And then there's 2 more things. She has puzzles, 1,000 pieces, and here is the kitty cat and this kitty cat. And I love puzzles, but I don't do them until the winter when it gets really cold and snowing. And here is a paper for the directions. Here's what it looks like. And the good thing about this is I can run a copy of this and always have it. So yeah, so here is all of, let's see, I think this is all new too, which I'm very happy to see that she's still around. So guys, if you're into paper crafting, I think you need to figure out who this lady is and everything, and maybe go and buy some of her stuff. So it is amazing. I am just so blessed. My husband, I put this in my cart to save, and my husband said, I bought your stuff that was in the Amazon cart. And I'm like, you bought it all? Oh my gosh. He goes, should I had waited for Christmas? So yeah, here's my haul. So thank you. Love my husband. He said his job is to spoil me, and he does a great job. I've taken advantage of that. Have a blessed day.